When you turn on a sports anime, you will likely expect that the story will focus on the importance of teamwork. Series like Haikyuu, Slam Dunk, and Ace of the Diamond all show that a collective of players will outshine an individual. That is why Bluelock's first episode feels so polarizing. In place of the narrative we come to expect, we get a story that emphatically disregards teamwork as a philosophy. The founder of the story's Bluelock program, Jinpachi, embodies the philosophy of the series. Jinpachi set out to challenge the traditional notion of teamwork by using a modern sense of individualism as the best way to pull potential out of a player. The setting of the series matches this extremist philosophy, as instead of our expected high school narrative about students trying to make it to nationals, Jinpachi traps those high schoolers in a facility where only one player will emerge as the face of Japanese football. An extreme attempt to create the world's greatest striker. Bluelock challenges our understanding of team sports by confronting us with the reality that environments that solely focus on the collective can limit individual growth. The show's extremism has turned many people off the series within its first couple of episodes. It is easy to see Jinpachi's sweeping claims about playing egotistically and think the series is spectacle over substance. But if you're willing to hear the story out, you will find that its ideas about competing are far more varied and nuanced than what is portrayed in those first couple of episodes. Bluelock is a polarizing giant of sports anime. In this video, I want to explore how Bluelock is a widely misunderstood series and why it's a series you should be paying attention to. This video will have minor spoilers for the first season of Bluelock. Welcome to Anime Essays. Here we overanalyze anime and manga. Each video on the channel is created under the belief that anime, same as film and literature, is worthy of in-depth analysis. The best way to support the channel is through my Patreon, link below and more information at the end of the video. Bluelock doesn't reinvent the wheel when it comes to how we should approach competition, nor does it totally throw teamwork out the window. It pins various levels of high school athletes against each other in a career-defining series of competitions with the purpose of honing their skills and creating the world's greatest striker. The series puts aside reality and instead reaches for something beyond. The dream of becoming the best. A show that looks to create the literal best player in the world rightfully embraces extremeness with the absurdity of its setting. The Bluelock facility matches the series' ambition with a location that allows for the purest form of competition. Everyone versus everyone. Most of us will not become the greatest in the world at anything. Even so, Bluelock is still full of insights. The story recognizes that you must have strong players to win, but it argues that during the development process, players must be allowed the freedom to challenge their teammates, play in different kinds of roles, and be empowered to make selfish decisions. The nexus of Bluelock's philosophy can be seen from its first episode, where Isagi is punished for trusting in his teammates. By passing the ball in a critical moment, his team ends up losing and fails to make it to nationals. Isagi may never come across a more critical moment in his career than this one. He plays at a mid-level high school and is outshined by players from stronger programs. It is likely that he will never have the chance to show his skill on the national stage, in large part due to the weak team around him. Jinpachi offers a different path. Overall, Isagi is an average player, yet he's invited to participate in the Bluelock program, surrounded by those who have more outward talent than he does. Isagi's first test is essentially a game of tag. If you are the last person to touch the ball when the clock strikes 0, you will be removed from the Bluelock facility. Here it comes down to mentality, not your talent. For you need to be willing to prove you're more worthy than the person next to you, even if you view that person as a teammate. Again, this is an extreme and outlandish thing to force high schoolers to do, but dramatically it gets its point across. Regardless of perceived talent, players' mindsets should allow them the chance to find the limits of their abilities. Bluelock walks the line of individual and teamwork throughout the various challenges the players participate in. Early on in the series, players are selected to teams of 11. The players on that team can advance two ways: win enough points with your team to be in the top half of the table, or lead your team in goals scored. In these challenges, players can ensure their status by scoring the most goals. That is the clearest way to make sure they stay at the Bluelock facility. However, team success matters just as much, as if you're able to play well within a team, you are basically guaranteed a spot in the next set of challenges. This creates a dichotomy for players. If they see a chance to score a goal, then they take it, regardless if it's a high percentage chance or not. This allows players to take risks and find the true edges of their talents. Even so, Jinpachi still emphasizes the importance of winning. The result of emphasizing individual skill means that players try to copy and manipulate the talents of others. That is why Isagi is the ideal protagonist for the series. He learns to improve his own skills by making sure his awareness of the field is greater than everyone else's. By forcing yourself to score goals at all costs, it makes you understand the skill of your teammates even more. Compare this to how a traditional philosophy of teamwork might make you think. During matches, your focus is on fulfilling a hyper-specific role. Your attention will be solely focused on that, being part of a system. At Bluelock, players are encouraged to become their own system. Bluelock pushes back on the type of environments that athletes can succeed in. Environment is crucial to anyone's success. Each challenge in Bluelock attempts to replicate the pressure an athlete feels during a knockout match. Players make leaps in their development when their backs are against the wall, and Jinpachi ensures that each challenge provides that life or death feeling. This pressure forcing players to either quit or evolve. Evolution is the key to Bluelock. He believes that a lack of selfishness is evolution's cancer, for a player must look internally to grow. Bluelock may seem anti-teamwork, but only when it comes to a person's potential. If a coach sets out to build a strong team, then he will look for players to fulfill specific roles. That means viewing players through a limited lens of what they expect the team to be, not seeing what the team could become. It is a small shift in perspective that could mean unlocking talent in places you never thought possible. That doesn't mean on the pitch. Players still need to work together using strategy to overcome their opponents, but that even in team sport, players need to think about the ways they can evolve their own skill. Each player at Bluelock needs to find their own path to fighting on the pitch, and that usually comes with them playing off of their teammates. This approach falls in between team and individual, a style that forces player freedom and allows strategies to blossom from innate player strength. The future of Bluelock is what makes the series worthy of the attention it has received over the last couple of years. While a fraction of first-time watchers did drop the show, writing it off as vapid and unnecessarily extreme, by the end of the first season, it has shown that it has far more depth than expected. The upcoming U20 match and further arcs have a chance to pay off the promise of nuance that we get in these first 24 episodes. From here on out, the show will lean back into full-blown matches as players are pulled away from the curated training facility and move into games with real audiences and teams. These upcoming matches are truly where the show has the chance to shine, as they allow the concept of egoism to blossom in more traditional sports anime settings. If you think Bluelock's concept is cheap and gimmicky, you have to look no further than the U20 match to see just how far this concept can go. Bluelock takes what makes sports anime special and pushes it further. Only in anime could you get lost within a narrative of high school footballers who want to kill their opponents. Only in anime could you get on board with a game of tag deciding the career trajectory of a high school athlete. The series speaks to our dreams, the ones we left behind and the others we still chip away at. Bluelock begs us to prioritize ourselves and our potential. Maybe you weren't born in the right place or right time, or you didn't start pursuing your dreams young enough, but there will always be another pursuit worthy of your attention. Bluelock is not the anti-teamwork story that many claimed it to be, nor is it a mind-blowing new way of approaching sports. All Bluelock asks is that you put a little more focus on yourself, so you can find the true depths of your talent, and it tells you that in the most extreme way possible. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the channel, then consider joining my Patreon. Through Patreon, you get access to the channel's Discord server where I host monthly anime watch-alongs, your name at the end of every video, and my monthly Patreon channel update posts. Joining Patreon is the best way to support the channel. Thanks again for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.